Why it is not good to be a manager. There was a wise man traveling in the desert with a group of his followers, and suddenly one of his followers came to a small pool of water between the rocks. He took out a bottle and filled all the water and gave it to his teacher. The teacher took the bottle and raised it to his mouth. He felt that the eyes of all his followers were watching him. Instead of drinking the water, he poured all the water on the ground and said, This water is less than enough to satisfy everyone, and more than one person can drink from. Let's continue on our way. To understand more what happened, what does a manager mean, and what is the difference between a manager and a leader, and what are the most important problems you face daily, we must start from traditional management, in which top managers focus on achieving competitive advantage and providing job security for employees in lower positions, while lower level managers only focus on implementations of top managers' instructions. Let's take an example about traditional management. The coach determines the appropriate method to win over the opposing team and determines the necessary instructions for that. The football team plays according to the detailed instructions from the coach. Long balls, play from the sides, shooting on goal, only executes the instructions. While contemporary management, in which top managers focus only on support personal development, provides the necessary qualifications for employees and enables them to perform their duties, while lower level managers focus on achieving competitive advantage and personal development for themselves. Let's take an example about contemporary management. The coach qualifies the team by providing the necessary training that each player lacks, analyzing previous performance and informing him of the development points that he needs to work on personally, while leaving the player free to make the decision and choose the tactic that the situation requires according to his assessment, which is called term empowerment, allowing individuals independence in making decisions. Managers levels. First, top managers who are responsible for determining the strategies, vision, and mission of the organization, the resources that will be made available to each job level, and overall development plans. While middle management managers are responsible for the efficiency and effectiveness of a particular activity, such as finance, marketing, concerning technical authority for each job level and technical training plan. Finally, executive managers who are responsible for coordinating groups of individuals to perform a specific function within the business, such as achieving a competitive advantage on a specific task. Managers specializations, in which line managers who are responsible for functions directly related to production, while staff manager who are responsible for production support functions such as finance and marketing. Finally comes project manager who are responsible for planning, executing and closing a specific project. In short, the manager is generally responsible for implementing a set of activities through planning, organizing, implementing, and controlling the work of a group of individuals. Let's come to managers' rules, in which first communication skills with his or her managers, co-managers, his or her subordinates, external parties through body language, communication content, and tone of voice. Second, collecting and sending information to and from external parties, co-managers, subordinates. This is the only way to discover solutions to problems and suggestions to exploit opportunities. Finally, and the most important one, decision making, which commonly related to change management, facing threats, exploiting resources, negotiating for the interests of the organization. Leadership. If management is getting things done through others, then leadership is the social and informal sources of influence used to inspire others to get things done. Every leader is a manager, but not every manager is a leader. Leadership is most notable for building human capital with all the support they need, setting a vision for them, and motivating them. However, management is just limited to planning, organizing, implementing, and following up to achieve goals. Let's come to analyze story of leader in the desert. In short, the problem was lack of water. Available solutions were first distributing water to parts of the work team, or the leader uses the largest part of the water, or distributing a small amount of water to all the work team, or getting rid of the water. Analyzing solutions. Distributing water to part of the team, the work team, lead us to achieve satisfaction for parts of the team and anger from the rest of the team. Civil war that hinders reaching the goal. While the leader uses the largest part of the water, the leader uses the largest part of the water lead us to disloyalty from the work team hinders reaching the goal. While of course the best solution were dividing water with small amounts between all team members so that we couldn't lose any resources from one side and couldn't lose any team member support from other side. Getting rid of the water refers to a moral indication of the importance of leaders' equality in distributing resources between him and the team members. According to 2022 study, 77% of companies find a shortage of leaders, while 10% of people have leadership as a genetic trait and not acquired. So, learning and practicing leadership in our daily lives becomes a necessity for us to achieve a great competitive advantage. Are you a leader or a manager? We need to review ourselves and see how we deal with those around us, whether subordinates or family members. Do we really provide them with all the resources they need before we ask them to achieve a specific goal? Do we focus on results? Do we focus on the results or on the way the process is done and go into more details than necessary? Do we define a shared vision that we communicate together that benefits both parties? Do we motivate them with the gains they will achieve from achieving the vision, or do we just threaten them?